Nate the Raid and the Boring Beach Bag. Nate the Raid detective was swimming in the ocean with my dog Sludge. Someone was swimming behind me and behind us. It was Oliver. Oliver is always behind me. Oliver is a pest. He swam up beside me. I lost my seashell, he says. I want you to find it. I need the Raid to not look for seashells. If I did, I could find plenty of them on this beach. The seashell was in my beach bag, Oliver says, but that is gone too. Your beach bag is gone? Yes, Oliver says. My clothes and shoes were in it. Your clothes and shoes too. You need clothes. You need shoes. You need me. I need the Raid will take your case. Sludge, Oliver, and I swam to shore. We sat down on the sand. I took a pencil and a piece of paper out of my swimsuit pocket. I wrote a note to my mother. It was soggy and sandy. I hope she could read it. I put the note in Sludge's mouth. Take this home and then come back, I said. Don't stop to eat along. Don't stop to eat along the way. Sludge ran off with the note. I hope he would be back soon. I hope he would be back. Oliver and I walked along the beach. Show me where you last saw your beach bag, I said. I left it on the beach, Oliver says. Well, I bought a glass of water at Rosamond's restaurant. Rosamond has a restaurant? Yeah, she is selling water, some soup, and sandwich. The sandwiches are filled with sand. She said that since they were called sandwiches, they should be made of sand. It figures, I said. Oliver stopped. When I got back to where I left my beach bag, it was gone. And here is where I left it. How do you know that? I asked. Because I left my beach ball beside me. And see, my beach ball is still here. Nobody took it. If somebody took your beach bag, why would they leave your beach ball? I asked. Was there something special about your beach bag? What did it look like? It was blue. It was blank. It was boring, Oliver says. And it was bumpy from all the stuff inside it. I naturally looked down at the beach ball and the sand around it. The sun does not press down where your beach bag was, I said. Even though the beach bag was heavy with clothes, shoes, and shells inside it. Is that a clue? Oliver asked. It may be an important clue or not clue at all, I said. Some just kicked around. Tell me, were you alone when you left your beach bag here? I was sitting all by myself, Oliver says. Then I saw Annie and her dog Fang running toward me. Whenever I see Fang running toward me, I run too. I run away. I run to Rosamond's restaurant. We will have to walk to Rosamond's restaurant, I said. We will look for clues and your boring beach bags along the way. Oliver and I started to walk. The sand felt hot on my back. The sand felt stretchy between my toes. I was careful not to step on sand castles or ice cream sticks. I thought balls in the air. I look for Oliver's beach bag. I also look for Sludge. He should have he should have been back by now. I passed the restaurant stand. I wonder if they sell pancakes. I want to stop, but I have a case to solve. I saw Rosamond up ahead. She was sitting behind the crate. Sometimes people get strange, sitting under a hat but Rosamond is strange all the time. Rosamond's forecast was asleep on the crate. Oliver and I walked up to her. Have you seen Oliver's boring beach bag? I asked. No, Rosamond says. I have been too busy with my restaurant. Do you want to buy a sandwich with a soup or a glass of water? No, I must find the beach bag. Oliver has no clothes, no shoes, and no seashells. Oh dear, Rosamond says. I will give him some free water and part of a sandwich. Rosamond handed Oliver a glass of sandy water. I knew it was time to leave. Oliver and I started to walk back to where he said he had left his beach bag. I did not find your beach bag between your where you left it at Rosamond's restaurant, I said. I also did not find my dog. And Nate was thinking Slush must have stopped somewhere to eat. That sounded like a good idea. I am going to stop at a restaurant stand. I said. I walked up to the restaurant stand. Oliver followed me. Then he stopped. Suddenly, I knew why. Annie's dog Fang was tied to the post beside the stand. His teeth gleamed under the bright sun. He looked hungry. He looked at me. I did not want to stay. But Annie was there. Perhaps she had seen Oliver's bag. I talked fast. I'm looking for Oliver's beach bag, I said. It looked boring. Have you seen it? Yes. It was beside the beach ball. Annie said. Fang and I ran by. I ran by it just as Oliver ran off. Fang and I are running from one end of the beach to the other. I stopped for a snack, but Fang is trying to lose weight. He is on a diet. I don't know. He is eating the past you taught him to, I said, but that is not on his diet, and cried. She rushed to Fang and untied him. Is the beach bag as his diet? No, I asked. No, not today, Annie says. Annie and Fang ran off. They ran in the opposite direction from Rosamond's restaurant. Fang was not so hungry that he would eat a sandwich made of sand. Nate was hungry. I ate some pancakes at the restaurant stand and thought about the case. There was not much to think about. I did not have one clue, and I knew was a clue. I also did not have a dog. Where was Slush? Suddenly, I saw him on the beach. He was with Oliver. I finished my pancakes fast. I went up to Slush and Oliver. Slush was still holding my note on his mouth. He looked hot and tired. You were supposed to take Dad know home? I asked. Perhaps Slush did not know where home was. The beach looked the same for miles and miles, sand and water. All the sand and all the water must have mixed him up. Slush sat down and rested. Oliver and I sat with him. When Slush ran into the water to cool off the water, I had been looking for Oliver's beach bag on the land. But what if it was in the water? I ran into the water. I swam here. I swam there. I looked for Oliver's beach bag. All of a sudden, I saw it. It was bobbing in the air. My water up ahead. A bump, a big blue bump. Oh, Slush and I swam up to it. I grabbed it. It was not Oliver's beach bag. It was Esmeralda's hat. What are you doing, Oliver? And she asked. I am looking for Oliver's beach bag, I said. Oliver, cried Esmeralda. I am hiding from him. He followed me everywhere, on land, on sea. And here he comes. Esmeralda swam away. Oliver swam up. Did you find my beach bag? I asked. Not yet, I said. I will find and follow you until you solve the case, Oliver says. And even after I solve the case, I says. Slush and I swam to shore. Oliver swam to shore. Slush and I stretched out on the sand. Oliver stretched out on the sand behind us. He had given me a test case. Nobody had given me any clues. Or they had. There was no dent in the sand from Oliver's beach bag. What if it meant something? What if it meant that Oliver's beach bag had never been there? But Oliver said it had. What else did he say? He saw that Annie and Fan were running toward him before he left. His beach bag and beach ball his beach bag and beach ball and ran to Rodman's restaurant. And he saw that Annie and Frank were running toward him just before he left his beach ball his beach bag and beach ball and ran to Rodman's restaurant. I immediately got a stick. A smooth sand. Then I drew a map on it. I marked where Oliver's beach bag was. I marked Rodman's restaurant. I marked that restaurant stand, which was between them. I had seen Annie and Frank at the restaurant stand. Annie thought that they were running from one end to the beach to the other. She said they had run past Oliver's beach bag and ball. I looked at my map. First there was the beach ball. Then the restaurant stand. Then Rodman's restaurant. Then Annie and Frank left the restaurant stand. They should have run toward Rodman's restaurant, but they ran in the opposite direction. Why? I immediately was stunned. I looked at Slush. Slush always helped me with my cases, but all the sand and water had mixed him up with time. Did Annie and Fern get mixed up? No, Annie would not get mixed up. Unlike Oliver, it would be easy for him to get mixed up. He was always following a salmon. He kicked some sand. I thought a beach ball. I forgot. I thought, Oliver, I said, I think I know where your beach bag is. Follow me. Of course, Oliver says. Slush and I walked to Rosamond's stand. We walked past Rosamond's. Slush and I walked to Rosamond's restaurant. We walked past Rosamond's restaurant. Wait, Oliver says, you were going very far away from where I left my beach ball. I need to kept on walking. Up ahead, I saw something in the sand. I ran up to it. It was a beach bag. It was blue. It was blank. It was bumpy. It was boring. It was Oliver's beach bag. My beach bag, Oliver cried. What is it doing here? It was always here, I said. No one took it, but someone took your beach ball. Someone kicked it up and threw it, or kick it, and threw it, or kick it, or carried it, and I think it got thrown or kicked again and again. It landed a long way from where you left it. The sand was not pressed down next to where you found your beach ball because your beach bag had never been there. But Anna gave me the big clue. She and Fang are running from one of the beach to the other. I saw them run toward the place where you said you had left your beach bag and ball. But she had already seen your beach bag and beach ball. A beach ball and beach bag. Ah, your ball and bag. How could she see them when she had not yet reached the place where you said you had left them? She or you had to be wrong. So you pick me? Oliver asked. Yes, I need to pick you. After someone almost hit me on the head with a beach ball, it is when I thought that the ball, not the bag, had moved. You left your beach bag and beach ball here. You went to Rosamond's restaurant over there. When you did, then what did you do? I drank some glass of water and followed Esmeralda, Oliver said. Then I saw my beach ball. I stopped. I need to say that you followed Esmeralda only from where you left your beach ball and bag and ball. When you saw your ball, you thought you were back at where you had left it. It is it is easy to get mixed up on the beach. If you were following salmon, it is even easier. The case is solved. I will never follow anyone again, Oliver says. Good, I said. Slush and I were going for a swim. I just changed my mind, Oliver says. I knew it, I says. I need to read, and Slush and Oliver, of course, dove into the water.